Hello everyone and welcome back to my kitchen. Today we are going to be making one of my favorite cookie recipes, which is the double chocolate coconut oil cookies. So if you'd like to see how I make them, just keep on watching. Okay, so first things first, I've gone ahead and preheated the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. For this recipe you will need half a teaspoon of baking soda, quarter teaspoon sea salt, half a cup oat flour, which I just blended up from rolled oats I had in the cupboard using my dry Vitamix container, and then a half a cup of all-purpose flour, 3/4 cups brown sugar, 1/3 cup cocoa powder, 1 egg, 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1/2 cup of coconut oil melted and cooled, so I've got that ready to go here, and 3/4 cups chocolate chips. Okay, so I've just gone ahead and whisked together the baking soda, salt, cocoa powder, and the oat flour and all-purpose flour, and I'm just going to leave that aside while I mix together the wet ingredients, so 2 teaspoons vanilla, the cooled half cup of coconut oil, the egg, and the brown sugar. I say to beat it, but I'm just going to mix it firmly with a wooden spoon. I'm going to forget the mixer today. Okay, trick to use. So the shortcut I spontaneously decided to take with just using a wooden spoon did not make things blend so well, so I'm going to use the tried and tested method of the beaters, and I've added everything but this egg, so I will go ahead and give that a little mix. Okay, yes, that is the texture I am talking about for the wet ingredients. So now I'm going to go ahead and just slowly add the dry to the wet and mix. It might seem a little clumpy to start, but just keep mixing. Get in there with your hands if you need to and be firm with it, but it will come together, I promise you. This is exactly what I mean by it looking a bit clumpy to start, but just keep on blending and trust that it will come together into a smooth ball. So there we go. Yes, it does take a bit of effort. You kind of almost knead it like dough in the bowl. It's kind of fun though to get it into this shape. Then you just drop in the chocolate chips, and then I will again just get in there with my hands and fold them into the mixture. Then I'll roll them out into little balls and put them on a baking tray to pop in the oven. Okay, so here we have all the ingredients mixed together. So I've got a small baking tray lined with parchment paper. I'll probably fit about 12 cookies on here, and to be honest, I'll probably just freeze the rest as dough because they freeze really nicely for at least up to a few months. And you can even bake them from frozen, or you can let them thaw. So it's great to just have a few on hand and then a few in future, but you can have freshly baked without doing all the work. Okay, so this recipe has made 21 cookies this time. I have placed 12 on the baking tray, pressed down on the tops of them with the bottom of a tablespoon just to flatten them a little bit. I'm gonna pop those in the oven for 10 minutes because I like a softer texture. And then I've got 9 ready to go in just a reusable old container to plop into the fridge for later consumption. So here we go, right into the oven in the middle rack. Oh yeah. Et voila! I've got them on a cooling rack. I'm just gonna let them sit for a minute on there before I take them off directly onto the cooling rack. Okay, the transfer is complete. They are nice and soft and they'll firm up a bit in time, so while they cool, I will wait, if I can, about 10-15 minutes for them to set a bit more, and I will do the taste test. Can't wait. Okay, the moment has arrived for the taste test. I've got some tea, some cookies. They are delicious. Every time I've made these without fail, at least half a dozen times. I love them. Everyone I've given them to has loved them. I just want to humble brag there for a second. And I just would like to share this with you because they're easy and they are an alternative to dairy because they're made with coconut oil instead of butter. Gives them a really rich texture. I like adding oat flour to this because I find that makes them kind of dense and a bit chewy and just a bit more hearty. I like this recipe because you could tailor it to your own specific taste. I think they'd be really good with peanut butter chips instead of regular chocolate chips. You could switch up the flours, you could make it vegan by using an egg substitute. So they're pretty versatile. And if you like chocolate, you're in the right place. So I will definitely link this recipe below. I have it posted up on my blog and I just thought it would be fun to share it video. style. And I love that you can just make a few at a time and have lots in future for ready use. I also love just the tiniest hint of sea salt that you can detect in the flavor. It's just subtle and adds a nice contrast to the sweetness of the chocolate, I find too. Thank you so much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed this video and the style of video and seeing how these cookies are made. If you would like to like this video, feel free. If you would like to share it, feel free. And if you would like to subscribe to my channel, feel free to do so. Once again, I will link the recipe down below from my blog so you can check it out for yourself. If you have any favorite cookie recipes, I would love to know. If you try these out, I'd love to know what you think of them. Thank you again. I will see you next time. Bye.